Back to a little bit of Heroes of the Storm, everybody. Let's go. The Rare Cup today. We're looking at the quarterfinals of the Rare Cup, and for everybody that is unfamiliar with the Heroes launch end of season tournaments, just again the quick note that this is actually the end of season tournament of Division 7 and Division 6. So this is the two lowest leagues that we have in Heroes Lounge. So yeah, it should actually be pretty fun. I mean, the average level of play here should be between between bronze and I guess low plat, high gold, something along those lines. So there should be quite some funny plays that we're going to see here. And this is a best of 3 series. It's the quarterfinals. We have Quack-A-Mole going up against Unleashed. And on the right side, we got Herm on Li Ming, Doom Redcoat on Anna, Bob on Johanna, Waveman on Kira, Dizzy Dwarf on Malthael, and to the right side of the map, Ice Corp on Greymane, Greg on Hanzo, Somber Evil on Imperius, Reku on Dehaka, and Black Lotus on Regar. Towers of Doom is our first map, and well, let's get this party started. So, we're gonna have some fun games over here, I suppose. I mean, first of all, we have in our setup for the red team, once again Imperius as a main tank, with Dehaka taking the side lane here. A little bit of action already happening down here, and that could be the first kill. That's the wrong way to go. Yeah, Anna is down, and that's first blood right here. Awesome. Okay, down to the bottom of the map. Hanzo might actually also fall if he keeps running into those two. Yeah, but he's able to actually move out here. Tries to get a couple of shots in, but obviously things have now started up quite nicely for Unleashed, getting a little bit of early map control. The camps are on the map already, and right now nobody has made a move here yet, so they should actually try and do that pretty quickly. The blue team, for some reason, is absolutely blanking on this. They're already 14 seconds late as they're finally making a move, which could become a problem, because this camp is, I was about to say about to be taken, but Greymane has been sleeping on the job a little bit. Black Lotus could have helped out too with a quick lightning shield, and then they could in theory rotate over and try contest this, which is technically still possible, but they could have been in an even better spot for it if they get a kill here, of course. That would be the dream. Greymane moving on to the point they really wanted, and Dehaka moved in, and that allows them to steal the camp away. The pumpkins are gone, and that is a pretty neat start for the team here. Nicely done. That's the beauty of having Dehaka in your lineup. If you have the global, you can make a move like this, and this is exactly what they just now did. So good on them. Nicely done here. Now the rotation between the middle and the top is obviously also still happening, or at least it will in a couple of moments. We have now level 4 on the board, and with the extra talent, we already now have Stormcaller in play as well. Anna with a little bit of a hybrid build here, going into the biotic enhancements for the grenade and then the slumber shells on level 1. So not sticking with one build, but actually moving between the two. Ice Corp in trouble for just a moment, but the combo of Li Ming doesn't connect, and therefore no kill right here. Okay, so with 3 altars already up, that's where we now have the opportunity for one team to take the lead here. Don't really expect that we're going to see a 40-0 in this series. But probably a 2-for-1 trade. Would be surprised if we're going to see one team walk away with all 3 altars. That's usually not really the case anymore. Top side, left and right will likely be taken by the 2 offlaners. And then the big fight about the one all the way down here at the bottom. So, let's have a little bit of a look at which team is able to win it. Yeah, no channel from Kira. She's waiting for the fight, actually. Dehaka can move down. Dehaka can use his global and join the fight here. So the longer this lasts, Dehaka already coming in as we speak. And they're trying to go for Jojo. And they get the kill. No problem at all. And that is likely going to result in them grabbing the altar. Now, Malthael is trying to get at least a bit of counter value topside by pushing out that wave. And therefore, making sure that the blue team loses out on a little bit of experience. But Dehaka is now slowly moving over and should really try to reach the top as quickly as possible. Now what Malthael could do and should probably do is try and wait here a little bit, maybe in this bush, and just slow him down on the rotation so that he loses more experience. Instead he goes for the camp topside, which could become a problem if Dehaka checks it out and someone else rotates up together with him. And that might actually happen now. So that's a bit unfortunate here for Dizzy Dwarf. Yeah, does someone else rotate over? It seems like Greyman is going to be the one, but now the camp is about to get leashed. So as I said, if he moves down, slows the Haka down, they might actually get a lead in experience. But as it happens, the lead goes to the red team, and they're fighting in the middle as Rega goes down. He's annihilated. Rega already dead. The Haka at the top still fighting, but has to retreat down here, though. Imperius also forced, and that's now 2 kills for the blue team as they're trying to even up the kill score. Deep dive by Waveman as he moves in to take down Hanzo as well. Nasty setup here. Yeah, now of course they move towards the top side as they're attempting to go for the camp again with the double setup that they have here. But that was a really good start, and it allows now also the blue team to steal the pumpkins away, which will establish a little bit of a control at the bottom. Up at the top, there's already some pings going on, as Dizzy Dwarf is saying, boys, with a little bit of help, we might be able to steal this one away too. So, as we saw Unleashed at the beginning of the game getting a little bit ahead, all of a sudden it's Quackemole who have some really nice tools available here. Here comes Li Ming and the reset, baby! And bam! They get 2 and take their camp. Nicely done. Steal the camp and are now able to push the top lane a little bit further even. Alright, with the next altar now coming up, both of the teams are looking at level 10 as their next talent. The problem, of course, is that Quackemole is more than half, well, they are pretty much 1.5 levels ahead right now, which is insanely good for them. That should not only guarantee them the shrine if they play it low, but they might even be able to get level 10 and follow up with some additional kills. Down here, on the other hand, they need to be careful because they don't have level 10 yet. So, but they still get the kill. Li Ming comes in, and it's time for the resets. She might just get another one over here. They're trying to go for Imperius. He survives for ages, but eventually he falls, and that allows Li Ming to move in again for another potential kill. Kira comes in too, trying to help out, but with the 2 kills that they already got, they're in a great spot, and now they have their level 10 abilities too, which gives them full map control and allows them to dominate the next 1 or 1.5 minutes, I'd say, until the red team finally has their own level 10. So they use it to get this one over here, and then gonna probably try and put a little of pressure down to the bottom of the map. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the push here, guys, once again, quick info, if you want to support all the stuff over here. That was a little bit unfortunate. Okay, that hotkey pauses the game. Yeah, we're not going to go for that. But anyways, just as we're mentioning that, either way, if you want to support the work in esports here, you can of course head over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the description, and check that out and support that. It helps me to keep the channel here alive and also bring additional coverage. And also for YouTube in particular, obviously, keeps things like the spoiler protection in place. But yeah, definitely have to change the hotkey for that one. Didn't realize that would hit the pause button too. But yeah, there we go. So 7 kills against 2, and here comes the push at the bottom of the map as already mentioned a little bit earlier. So we have 11 against 10. That's, well, nearly level 12. That's a 1.5 to 2 level lead now that we're talking. And Bloodlust gets picked, level 10 abilities are finally ready, so that allows them to fight. But the lead is pretty significant. Now, that can obviously always change. When we look at the lower divisions here, when we're looking at Division 6, Division 7, which is exactly where this cup is taking place, then one fight can just change the entire game. You also have a map where comeback potential is absolutely real. But there is a lot of kill potential. Oh, the Bloodlust coming in. Talking about kill potential. Yep, there we go. And they go on a full rampage with a quick double kill against Kira and against Johanna. Nicely done. That allows them to close the gap in kills a little bit. And, more importantly, the gap in experience. And of course, it's also a nice coincidence that right now we have the altar spawning. So that's a couple of shots fired towards the opponent's team, which will eventually lead to a lead for the red team. Alright, so let's go. Here comes the push. Can they get the entire bell tower converted? That would actually be pretty neat. I mean, not really without Greymane committing to it, and so far he hasn't really made a big move here. But if he jumps into Worgen form, that would of course be an opportunity for him. Dizzy Dwarf, on the other hand, he's not going to get out of this one, is he now? Yeah. That would have been it. Just imagine him survive with 20 hit points here. For just a moment I was like, wait, is he actually going to get away from this one? The answer is no, and for some reason the blue team still thought it would be a great idea to fight here. Blessed Shield comes out to save the day and keep Kira alive. but it nearly ended with Johanna dying, so yeah, that could have been a problem here for sure. Okay, so at the same time, we have now down to the bottom of the map, Ioscorp already starting to do his thing here. The 13 talents come in, that gives us the Illusionist, so great for Liming to be a little bit more aggressive and use Calamity. Nice lunge, and that could be the kill. Oh, Ham gets away here. Honestly, Johanna has been doing a pretty solid job trying to keep everybody alive here. The Blessed Shield earlier that saved Kira, now again trying to just like zone for the rest of the team. Pretty solid performance here by them. And, well, in the meantime, here comes the move towards Jojo, who's easily able to move away from this. Bought a bit of time for the rest of the team to take the pumpkins here as the double altar topside gets announced. And I mean, traditionally, that's actually a 1-for-1 trade, but they are fighting in the middle already, and the outcome of this fight could determine a lot here. There's the hit, and the follow-up takes down Malthael. Still 0 stacks for him on the level 10, and he's just getting bullied all around at this point. Now, the red team is starting to gain a bit of momentum, but as mentioned, there is still a pumpkin camp at the bottom of the map, which eventually is going to also hit that bell tower if they don't pay attention to it. Same time now, we have the damage coming through on both teams. Here's the fight for the second altar. And again, usually we have a trade. Not so in this one, but the kill as Liming comes in. Pops Greymane. Ana goes down 2 on the other hand. And they're starting to follow up with Liming getting a second kill, getting a third kill, and trying to solve the entire fight. But she gets taken down towards the back end. Last rites finally with a kill. And a huge battle finally ends with the altar taken by the blue team. Nicely done, but holy hell, what a fight. And at the bottom of the map, as you can see here in the meantime, we have the bell tower nearly obliterated too. So if you can get that, that would be some nice control that they can establish through the bottom of the map. And also then, of course, take additional pumpkin camps in order to attack the core directly. But the situation as is 11 kills against 9. We have a very similar situation on core points. And we still have a slight lead in experience for the blue team, even though the gap is absolutely manageable at this point. Okay, down to the bottom of the map now. Let's see. Oh, in the middle we have like the experience gathered for 16. That would of course be the next step for both teams. Pumpkins untaken, bottom of the map. And I'm actually a little bit surprised that nobody really tried to push aggressively through the bottom in order to get the bell tower converted. The blue team could have done it a bit earlier, but now the red team is trying to do the same thing, since obviously early on they were also able to put a lot of damage onto the structure. The 4-man rotation in the middle, nearly catching Dizzy Dwarf, and he's just like, fuck that, not happening again. Kind of done with that shit. See you later, boys. Yeah, but here's the push. The rotation is coming. Yeah, but they take the bell tower. Now they have to make sure that they're getting out of this one, though. Not even a problem. They're not trying to force the fight just yet. Okay, so off we go. Starting to come in on this one. The Haka is still waiting. Has, of course, the global. But that bot lane control is now fantastic. 5 bell towers, 2-3, and triple altar phase. Absolute perfect timing here for them now. And let's see if they can actually get 2 of those. I mean, we're not really looking at single digits on the core yet, but the momentum that you can build with bot lane control is obviously nothing that you should underestimate if you're playing on Towers of Doom. And they are giving this one up. It's 16 versus 16 talents. They're not making a play for it. Dizzy Dwarf is finally starting the channel. He needs to be a little bit careful. Bottom is currently getting shadowed here. Alright, there's the arrow. Oh, that's an A arrow if I've ever seen one. So yeah, that one goes far and wide. And they are starting to make their way in now. One altar for an altar so far, but this is of course all about altar number 3. Jojo in the middle of it. Here comes the Bloodlust. The isolation connects and they can take Kira down. Yeah, Jojo is also dead. The last rites at least give an additional kill to the blue team. And Quackemole now has 12 kills to the 11 of Unleashed. But we also have a second stack for Malthael, and that's a 10-second cooldown reduction that he's now rocking. But can they interrupt Ioscorp? And the answer is yes, they can. But Ana might actually fall for it. Ana goes down. Liming trying to get a kill against the Haka. Might happen, but I don't really think so. Not unless Malthael has his ult back up, and that's just not happening. 18 to 23, the points on the core. Only 6 shots fired, of course, for Unleashed, as they only have 3 bell towers now. But they still have a little bit of momentum that they can use. We are in for a really great first game here. I mean, it's 12 kills to 12 kills at this point. And of course, the next item on the agenda for Unleashed is to reclaim the bottom bell tower and try to establish another equilibrium in bell tower shots on the map. But yeah, it's 13 minutes in, and both of the teams still with chances to take this one. So let's see if they can actually pull this off. Also a quick update on the damage numbers, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what's happening here. Li Ming doesn't really come as a surprise that she's on 48,000 damage. She's a top damage dealer not only on her team, but also in the game. Doing fairly well here with all of the resets that she was able to get. Aggressive play also with Calamity on her end. Hanzo with 41,000. Li Ming with a quick wave of force to make sure that Somba Evil doesn't get in lunge range. And at the same time, Kira is also still double checking if she can get the angle. The Haka isn't here yet, but he can of course burrow down, and he's going to do that in just a second. Bloodlust has already been used. Here comes the isolation, and he hits Malthael. Tries to go for the kill, and they take Kira down again, and they follow up with the second kill at the front line, obliterating Johanna. 12 kills to 14 at this point. And now there's a whole lot of momentum riding on this one. This should be an easy bell tower conversion once that Greymane jumps in. And yeah, they have I have no idea why they're not committing here. Finally, Greymane comes in, eating a little bit too much damage in the process, but they get it regardless. And now with 2 altars popping up, they have the chance to drop Quack'emole down into the single digits on the core. I mean, this is an easy one. Greymane is already at it right down here as he's going for it. And top side, or in the middle, we now have the second one about to be taken too. Malthael is also dead, so that's a staggered death right there. When the remaining 2 are going to come back, he's going to be down for another 30 seconds, and that's of course heavily unfortunate. They could easily now go for the boss over here. Now, they can either defend the bell tower at the bottom of the map, or they can go boss, and they decide to go for the boss. So they let the bell tower slide. Honestly, they don't really need it. If they keep 4 bell towers, that's all that they need to end the game with a single altar phase. And they take the boss easily. And of course, they could also now just try to go, let's say, up at the top and take at least the wall down here. Go for the camp, take the wall down. They don't really have to 5-man the mercenary camp. If the rest of the team already goes towards the structure, they can do some damage here, especially since they have full vision of at least 3 heroes at the bottom of the map. So it's a bit of a lost opportunity that they have. Would have been totally enough to keep 1 or 2 heroes on the camp and then commit to the wall, which they didn't do here. But either way, they are ahead. They have the level 20 abilities, they have the Hunter's Blunderbuss now. They're also looking at Contagion and Rewind for Rhaegar. And they're also starting to trap. And yeah, there's low lunge yet. Arrow and the drag. And what a beautiful combo to kick this fight off. Here comes the Bloodlust. And they are absolutely crushing through that fight. Oh my god. Beautiful setup. Kira annihilated. Then Malthael, just a second later, gets also taken down. That was incredibly well done. And we're going to take a quick look at it as they're still trying to establish this. Look at this. Arrow hits, really good connect. Then we're coming in with the Haka. They get the kill, follow it up with a second as they drop Malthael. And now they're in just such a fantastic position to win this one. As the altars are spawning, all they got to do is win a single altar, and 2 heroes are down for the blue team. There's pretty much no chance for Quack'emole to make this happen. They need to push in, they don't have another chance, and that of course means that they have to more or less YOLO straight into this. Johanna is instantly down. The channel is, at least for a second, denied because Doom Redcoat is coming in to interrupt it. But of course, that's the end of it, as we have not only Anna die, but also the shots being fired. And this is game, ladies and gentlemen. The lead for Unleashed in this quarterfinal of the Rare Cup, featuring Division 6 and Division 7 teams at heroeslounge.gg. Game number 2, the lead for Unleashed in our quarterfinal here. And, well, now we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. And on the left side, we got Quack'emole after their loss on Towers of Doom with Herm on Greymane. We got Doom, Redcoat on Lucio, Waveman on Urel, Dizzy Dwarf on Mal'Ganis, and Bob on Kessas. And to the right side of the map, Unleashed with Ice Gorp on Tychus. We got Areku on ETC, Grego on Li Ming. Somba Evil is playing Garrosh, and Black Lotus again on Rhaegar. Little bit hyped to see Tychus. I'm still waiting for a competitive game, no matter on which level, with Tychus going into a proper overkill setup. I mean, to be absolutely honest with you, I kind of want to see it in the Panda Cup at the high level play. And when I talk about overkill, I don't only mean a 13-16 taken, I mean a full commitment with level 20. But we haven't really seen that yet. Maybe today in Division 6 and Division 7 we're gonna get a glimpse at it. When it comes to the talents, still a little bit surprising. I mean, they have Greyman on the other side. Block Party gets taken. Honestly, with this map in particular, Progrog gives you so much value. I would have said go Progrog here. Greyman or no Greyman. Because you will have the talent so quickly completed that you're going to get a lot of value in the early stages of the games as well. So why wouldn't you? Khaldor is going to be pretty happy with this one as well, as obviously with his Mana Addict on level 1, he's going to try and pull it off. And by the way, for people that are talking about like, hey, what's actually going on here, Division 7, those are actual builds that we see, and the drafts aren't really too horrible either. This is obviously the top teams that we have in Division 6 and Division 7. I mean, this is the end of season cup, so the top teams in those leagues qualified to the tournament, whereas in other cases where we look at Division 7, we're oftentimes focusing on more of the bottom teams, since those games, let's just face it, are a little bit more funny and have some really interesting setups. Now, you're not gonna see the best mechanical play over here, but the teams are definitely trying. We saw some really nice combos executed earlier. There's a lot on the line here. You want to present yourself as best as you can. Bring your A game to the party. That's already the quick burn down from Icecorp as he gets some damage in. Can still expect him to also go, of course, into the bigger they are. Well, then again, after all, it's Division 7 and Division 6. But bigger they are would be the talent to take. Let's just put it like this. The rotation still at the top. Ooh, there's the flip, and the Dizzy Dwarf is getting a little bit dizzy since he's just thrown around here. Oh, nearly a kill, but not quite enough to get the final hit connected and take him down here. Okay, so let's see. Bottom of the map, still our 1 versus 1, but over here gems get collected, and here's our level 7 talent as well. And let's see, do we get the bigger they are? And he's teasing. He's teasing! Come on, you know what's good here. It's not really that difficult. There's pretty much one talent that you want to take on level 4 for Tychus. And yes, he goes for it. The bigger they are is in play. There we go. Thank God. Made sure that I don't have an aneurysm here all of a sudden. Bit of a skirmish up at the top too, as Dizzy Dwarf is apparently trying to set something up against Somber Evil's Garrosh. That hasn't really worked out. There's no gems turned in, by the way. I mean, not even a single one. So nothing that has happened there. But now that everybody is starting to potentially try and turn in at the bottom of the map, ETC has to be careful too. There's the burn down. Dizzy Dwarf already in trouble. But Icecorp moves away. Ah, he's actually getting chased by Lulcio. Lul? Alright, and he actually gets out. Okay, that was actually a chance for them to make that happen and maybe take him down. But nope, not quite. I mean, there's always the opportunity to try and lock him down with an ETC power slide, so there's a bit of CC available. Especially when it comes to Tychus, by the way, you obviously always want to lead with a minigun. So when you come in, you use your trade, use the minigun, you burn the target down, ideally after a stun setup, and then you follow up with the overkill in order to finish him off. Of course, you want some help and don't want to be the only one to really chip in. I'm talking about chipping in. 12 gems were chipped in so far for the red team. But I don't really know if they are going to be able to turn all of this in, because the blue team is now trying to reply in kind, and that's 15 connected, 17 coming through with Greymane. Down at the bottom of the map, they're trying to go for Wave Man. There's the overkill, as we already talked about. Problem is that Icecorp went a little bit deep and nobody went with him. But now with ETC moving in, they nearly get the kill against Lucio too. Oh my god, Urel and Lucio both nearly dying in that encounter. But at least the red team gets the Web Weaver Wave now. So at least there's that. So we have them come in and get the Web Weaver Wave. Level 7 talents should be ready for both teams. And that is actually a big opportunity now for the red team to build up a bit of a snowball here. They have Calamity for Liming. Now that's going to be important. Oh, Yeah, ETC needs to get out. There's no worse moment to die than when your team just gets Web Weavers on the map. Can you imagine him falling here? That would have been an absolute disaster. Total disaster here. So, in the meantime, with level 7 talents, we have on level 7 also the Relentless Soldier now. The red team is actually moving up to the top. Unleash. They need to unleash a little bit of damage here, and they're doing their top side with the elimination of the gate, trying to take those 2 turrets down too. Urel is at the bottom of the map, ready for the defense. The rest of the team already went through the middle, and now the attempt to push straight through the top. And trying to take this one down too. Oh, Dizzy Dwarf! And that could be the kill finally. But no! Guys, we're 5 minutes in. We still haven't seen a kill yet. Game number 2 so far with a lot of action, but without any kills pretty much. Now, they got the wall down. They actually got multiple walls eliminated. Not only up at the top side, but here there's only 1 tower standing. And if they commit to it, they will easily be able to take this one down. Bottom of the map. Yeah. Hasn't taken a lot of damage. ETC keeps checking the siege giants, and for good reason. As mentioned, tower goes down. But it's a trap! I mean, they're trying, but they need to be a little bit careful if you set a trap up. Did ETC actually... Wait. Garrosh walked away just as we had Lucio starting to move into the bush, right? So that could have in theory been a kill here. But they're still hoping that someone is going to sneak in. Somba Evil is repositioning. There's the flip. There's the hit. But they can't take him down. Problem is that Tigers isn't really close enough to help out here. They want the 2-0. I mean, you can really tell. They're looking for kills. They're looking for an opportunity to get even farther ahead. But so far, it's not happening. And with Khaldor on 15 stack, that means that he's soon going to have his stacks together too for the level 1 talent. And the blue team is actually starting to go in for their own turn, and they're trying to take Somba Evil down. That would be the perfect moment to get a kill, and they do. Greyman comes in with the last hit, and that not only brings them a little bit closer to level 10, but in addition to it, it gives them a numeric advantage for the push with the Web Weavers, at least initially. Death timers aren't really all that big right now, so Garrosh is going to be back, but it's going to take another 5-6 seconds until he comes back to the Nexus, and then of course he still needs to walk all the way to the middle of the map. And that is going to be delaying things, so they can't really defend here, and that means the wall is already broken through before Garrosh even makes it onto the map. Now that he's finally with them again, it's already the fort itself that gets attacked. And that's obviously not only true for the mid lane, but also at the top and down at the bottom. Here come the heroic abilities. We got the big red button. Not coming in just yet, but he's going to commandeer Odin. So there's that. And let's see what they're gonna have. Top side. Yeah, they're trying to go for a little bit more. Fort in the middle hasn't fallen, but it's down to 50% HP. But once the Web Weavers are gone, you want to transition a little bit. The bullet hits Garrosh. Ancestral! They're trying to punish Rhaegar for it, but Garrosh actually helps him out. Then again, Black Lotus is a little bit low. The problem is that Lucio is also low, and he goes down. Lucio eliminated, Urel jumping in, trying to go deep, and they're still pushing that fort, and this one is gonna fall. Yeah, they're gonna take this one 100%. So, fort down, the one in the middle has nearly been eliminated, and that's actually a pretty significant lead on structures that they are now showing here. It's dead even on experience, it's a kill versus a killer, so we're not really talking about a massive lead or anything when it comes to those aspects, but structurally speaking, that's definitely something that might help you to establish some control in this game. And they're already working on their next turn-in. So they're trying to go for another turn-in here. They definitely have the gems to do that. By the way, red team has also enough gems to go for another Web Weaver wave. 13,000 damage on Tychus and on Khaldor. And with heroic abilities, there's a lot more potential for quick and snappy fights right now. Mal'Ganis just moves out. But here comes the setup again as they're looking for another stun. Dizzy Dwarf is low, is trying to get away. Sound barrier being used, and now they're chasing them. Ice Gorb is a bit in trouble. Oh, Pyroblast! Pyro! And he gets the kill too!
Yay!
Oh, shit! Pyroblast against Tychus. I missed that completely. Nasty setup.
Kinky.
You got a point, you got a point. Kinky setup against Tychus. He's dropped, and well, that is a successful pyro. That's actually a massive value that they got out of this one. As much as I usually rip on that talent, in this case, it helped them. So, awesome. Nicely done. Now, they get the second kill for the blue team, and now the opportunity with the next Web Weaver set that they were able to get on the back of it to push through the bottom of the map even more aggressively. They have the early level 13 talent, which of course also helps. The fort over here is already getting taken down, and that was pretty nasty. I like it. The fight in the middle. Ooh, that's a bad fight. Okay, there's the mosh pit. They're trying to turn it. The ult on Urel. Mosh pit only slowed them down. But guys, this is getting nasty. There's web weavers on the map right now. That is already distracting and is allowing the web weavers to do even more damage. If they lose a few heroes here, they are in real trouble. I mean, this setup at the bottom of the map alone is already crazy. I'm not really sure if you have to go for your ult in order to defeat the minions. I think Tychus has a PhD in PvE, as he's trying to obliterate this wave as quickly as he can. I mean, there's 4 heroes down here. I don't really think that you have to go for Commandeer in here. So either he fat-fingered that, or he overestimated a little bit what the 10-minute Web Weaver wave is going to do. So yeah, I'm not so sure about this one. The team falling back towards the left side in an attempt to, I guess, get the camp here. There's 30 now on both sides, and that gives us the Neosteel coding, which also means that he is not really speccing into all of the overkill talents, which makes me a little bit sad, just because I want to see overkill Tychus after the latest balance changes. 2 kills against 1. It's a close one this time. And Quackemole, of course, is eager to bring it to a third map. So we'll see if they can do that. And we have to, of course, also watch out for the next potential Pyroblast. Already, the setup against Areku, Kelthas, and... full bullseye! Gets another kill in. Dizzy Dwarf gets flipped over though and falls, but the Living Bomb, nah, it doesn't get the kill. Tychus is doing well here. He knows how to throw them out. He's 2 for 2. Pretty impressive. So, yeah, the Pyroblast value in Division 6 and Division 7. There we go. Able to get another kill connected. They're level ahead by now, and of course they have also taken down every single fort on the other side. And that means that we are now starting to look at keeps from here on out. They have 36 gems. Could theoretically have gone for boss, maybe? I mean, not really. Mal'Ganis obviously died too, so there's that. Once that you have a talent advantage, maybe a little more, you can think about it. They're still going for the interrupts here and try to deny another Web Weaver wave to Unleashed. But the red team is trying. There's the Web Weavers. Oh, that was a beautiful taunt. Urel is down, the Space Goat eliminated. And, well, they at least collected the gems, but obviously that means they now have to face the music and the objective. Alright. Let's go and check this one out. We got down to the bottom of the map. ETC trying to escort the wave through a little bit. He needs to join the rest of the team. Soon TM though. And they're going through the middle at this point. Alright. Let's go and make it happen. See if they can at least take one fort down. Here comes the ult on Tychus as they're trying to siege up on the mid lane fort. ETC slowly starting to move in. Top side gets also pushed, so there's a chance that they take at least one fort down. But it's a little bit tricky. Right now, they can do some damage, but I don't really think that they can take the fort itself down. Then again, blue team has rotated towards the top now to take the Web Weavers down and protect the top fort. 16 talents are a little bit quicker then again. Alright, there's the next hit as they're starting to come in for this one. And there's another Pyro, and this one didn't do jack shit. Oh, the Ancestral! The flip from Garrosh, Somber Evil with a big boy save. Urel is still at the bottom of the map, so this is technically a 5 versus 4. But the fort has been destroyed. The Web Weaver has taken it down. Is this the comeback here? Is Unleashed going to be able to not only take their 16 talent, but also push this back? It's 3 kills against 3. It's a close game. Dizzy Dwarf gets flipped in, immediately starts to try and set the team up for a potential kill, and Urel doesn't give a shit and goes for the camp instead, because that's what you do in Division 7. Fight? Are you kidding me? I take these mercenaries down. I know I'm going to win that battle. So, Urel doing her thing. Damage output, by the way, 30,000 damage for Tychus. 36k for Khaldor. Yeah, the salami man over here. Also going for the turn-in. They don't have enough gems for full turn-in yet, but they're going to be close. If they are, now actually they have enough. They just picked up another few down at the bottom of the map. So if all of them turn in right now, they have it. And they could, and they just realized it too. They're like, wait a second. 10 plus 9 is 19, 41 plus... Guys, we have 60. We have 60. So they come in and start now to move towards the top to push the lane out a little bit further and allow the web weavers to start farther in the middle of the map. Sizzling attacks on 16 for Tigers. Also, the Seasoned Soldier for Garrosh. In the middle of the map, they're taking the Mercenary camp down pretty quickly, or at least they're trying to. And now the opportunity to go for a keep. Top, middle, bottom, all of them actually pushing out quite nicely here. So there's the chance that they've been waiting for to finally put a bit of a dent into the inner line of defense of Unleashed. And the red team, can they pick up the kill and defend? That's the bigger question right now. Do they have a chance to stop this for just a little bit longer? All the way up at the top side. We start to see them move in. 1.5 level elite at this point. Quack-a-Mole is playing a much more solid game than they did on the last map. Way more coordinated here, and they're really starting to do some damage. But off we go. Can they actually make this work? They still have a web weaver in the middle of the map. The one at the bottom got defeated. But up at the top, they can't take that keep down. That keep is still here. Keep in the middle is also going to take some damage, but I don't really think that they can eliminate this one, can they now? They're trying to, though. They're moving into the middle to help out here, but the web weaver is about to be taken down. The keep has taken a lot of damage, but it's still in play, and they are not aggressively pushing this. They're 1.5 levels ahead, and it seems like they're going to try and wait for level 20 before they make any kind of play here. So, yep, that's the next setup. 3-3, 30 stacks for Khaldor. Decent bubble that he's going to have here. It's a party bush and nobody wants to party with Khaldor. Moving again, there's the flip and goodbye. No, she gets the ult through after all. Alright, Urel is still alive and all of a sudden the fight starts to turn against Unleash as we're seeing the red team struggling to retreat here. They don't have a level 20 and they're being chased aggressively. Dizzy Dwarf wants to set the team up, can't quite. Yeah, then again, here comes the Pyroblast. Nope. 50 HP! 50 HP! And the Ancestral heals it up right away. Bob with a place, but oh my god! Yeah, shout out to Rega here. Rega came in and said, don't worry about it. Auge. Direkt gesehen. Yeah, he saw it coming. He knew exactly. He calculated that through quickly, and he was absolutely aware that there was just no chance for the Pyroblast to take her down. This is, by the way, why you don't take Glass Cannon against Pyroblast, because with Glass Cannon that would have been that would have been not only a kill, that would have been a massive overkill. So yeah, there we go. At least that didn't happen. Turn-in attempt. There's the interrupt as we speak. And they're going for the fight again, and this time Greg, oh my god, he barely gets out, or does he? Here comes Urel, and the Space Gold goes for the kill. She's not the only one. 2 down as they also drop Tigers, and now the attempt to follow up with another double kill. Somber Evil is about to fall. Garrosh is going to try and stay alive a little bit longer, but the result is going to be the same. Garrosh goes down. They try to go for the core, forgetting that they have to take down the keep first. Turn around, take it, and now, of course, the move for the main structure. They get another 27 seconds until Tigers is back to business, and we still have the potential ult for Lucio if they really need it. Of course they won't, but this is going to be game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. An easy one. Alright, we're going to go the full distance in this series. The quarterfinals. Let's find out which team is going to win here. As we have Quack-a-Mole and Unleashed heading into the 3rd and final map of this quarterfinal series. A final map, we are on Alderac Pass. And on the left side, we have, for Quack-a-Mole, Hermann Hanzo, Bob on Johanna, the Dizzy Dwarf, switching from Mal'Ganis to Falstad. I mean, I guess both of them have wings, but that's definitely a role switch if we've ever seen one. Waveman on Urel, and Doom Redcoat is playing Malfurion. Whereas Unleashed on the right side of the map Plays with Ice Scope on Greymane, Somber Evil on Muradin, Gregor on Liming, Areku on Dehaka, and Black Lotus plays Ana. Yeah, Liming and Liming and Greymane combo. Actually pretty nasty. One can soften the targets up a little bit and the other one can go in, try and get the resets. So we'll see if that works out for them. But also, level 1, we already got the Dwarf with a little bit of jump action, has the Dwarf block in play. Falstad has... That's a pretty dumb talent to take with Falstad, to be honest. This is not really a map where you have a lot of camps to play around with, so going for Wingman here, probably not really the best play. Against the setup that the opponent is running, you don't really need to go for that, so we'll see how it works out. I mean, again, you can obviously be the one that always moves in and bribe your own camp, but considering the rest of the lineup, it doesn't really have to, so this is a little bit weird to see. On a map this big, Falstad should definitely go at least for Boomerang on level 7. I mean, generally speaking, you should always go for Boomerang. But there are a couple of hybrid builds of Lightning Rod builds where it makes a little bit sense against a strong melee assassin. Maybe go for the level 7. This isn't one of those cases. You got Greymane against you, but in an ideal world you will stay outside of the range of Greymane for as long as you can. You have a couple of heroes that can really peel well for you. And more importantly, if you really want to use the size of the map to your advantage, then Boomerang is just a necessity if you want to get the most out of your global. So definitely something to watch out for later on. But either way, we have on the left side and on the right side the camp taken immediately as the 1 minute mark passes. It's the only camp on the map, so you really want to take this as reliably as you can whenever it pops up. So that's going to be super important for the teams here. Dehaka with the Enduring Swarm right now. And then again, for Urel, we got Marats inside and also the Rejuvenation for the old geezer with a green beard. But, yeah... I mean, nothing too fancy yet. With the exception of this Dizzy Dwarf. Does he have no barrel roll? Did he already use that? Apparently he did. And the bird is like... Get kicked around a little bit by Greymane too. I'm not 100% certain what happened there, but for some reason he didn't have his barrel roll up anymore. Doesn't come as a surprise that he goes for the static shield here, considering the way that he actually went into this. But yeah, interesting one for sure. So down to the bottom of the map, Reku has taken position now against Bob. Johanna's gonna move around. Wave Man is jumping away. Stormbolt connects, and that's the 4th hit that has been connected now. But Urel normally in a situation like this is still gonna be fine. So yeah, I think that's gonna be okay for her here. Falstad is now also back on the map. Again, level 7 is the talent that we're going to look forward to the most, because it's going to tell us a lot about how they're going to try and run this map. And also if Falstad knows what he's doing. But that said, on level 4, the Strangling Vines again. And I actually can shut down a lot of the healing here. Dizzy Dwarf holding the line against Dehaka. It's actually a kind of interesting setup. And the teams, are they actually going to go for the objective? I mean, this is one of the objectives that usually the teams kind of ignore until they have level 7. You never want to be in a position where your opponent just like delays you at the objective while they take the experience for level 7 and then they have a talent advantage over you. Camp gets taken. It's actually good that both of the teams go for it right away as it respawns again. Yeah, and at least the red team is trying to make a play there. So they should fall behind in experience just a little bit, and as long as there's interrupts available, that's all that they need to do here. Camp get taken. Yeah, but can always move in there later on. Alright, Dehaka against Falstad still making their play here, as we now have Urel moving in, trying to stop the timer just a little bit, and they nearly have level 7, and then you really want to make your play. So now that Falstad is getting the last bits of experience at the bottom of the map, they need to start moving in. There's 15 seconds left, but that's the chance to go for the win. Falstad with the boomerang, nice. Gets a lot of global pressure now out of that talent pick if they play it correctly. But they haven't really gotten a whole lot of experience as a result of this little setup. So now we have on level 7 also Calamity. Bottom of the map. Falstad still playing this out against the Reku. Needs to be careful that the drag doesn't connect or it's gonna be the end of him very, very quickly. Urel with the Divine Steed has also an easier time rotating. And the bird is coming topside. I mean, there's a global on either side now, but they're actually stealing this one away. Can they zone them out long enough? Johanna is trying. The combo doesn't connect. And the red team all of a sudden realizes that they kind of need to come in here. Dehaka is tunneling behind them in an attempt to connect the isolation. Oh, sorry, the drag. Gets that through. but the fight is still centered around the prisoner camp here. As Ural is jumping deep, hooves first, trying to get the setup. But no, Stormbolt connects again. 8 Stormbolt hits already, 4.5 minutes in. On Division 7, that's actually pretty respectable. Muradin is hammering them out the entire time. It's hammer time! And in the middle of the map, another kill, or another hit against Ural. Not really a kill just yet. Can't kill the goal that easily. That's not how that works. Which team is going to move to the semis? That's the bigger question here now. And, well, they're still trying to go for the camp. And the blue team lets this one slide. Now, that could be a big difference. By the way, now that we crossed the 5-minute mark, the bosses are obviously on the map too. And this is honestly where Greymane gives the team a bit of an advantage. So they could technically try and take that later on pretty easily whenever they get a kill. I love that fucking bird. Also, it's just funny. And honestly, that skin is just absolutely perfect, and the sound effects are just way too good. But the fight over the objective continues. Oh, beautiful hit against Malfurion. Grego trying to get the kill with Calamity, but they just didn't have enough damage. Ice-Scope comes through with the cocktail in the hopes that it connects, which it doesn't. But Doom Redcoat is now down to half his HP, so he has to be very, very careful here. They are a little bit ahead in experience, but again, with their support being this low, their healer needs to get a little bit safer. Waveman also in trouble, but so is Somber Evil. Might be able to jump away, but Ural moves in. No Stormbolt just yet. Maybe another one connecting now. Hits nothing, by the way. I don't think he hit that. Yeah, the Haka is dead. The Haka already down, and that's actually an important kill. All of a sudden, they have a chance to go for it. Falls that with another barrel roll. He really likes to use that one. He's maybe a little bit too trigger happy on that ability. That cost him his life early on today. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look at what they can do with the level 10. They get the objective. And what else do they get together with it? Alrighty. It would have been funny if he just like aimed a combo at the spot and then Calamity's in and insta-kills him. That would have been just too great. Honestly, I think Dizzy Dwarf might be able to do that. If you hit a full combo on Falstad and a Calamity and then connect an auto attack, you might just be able to get an insta-kill on the bird. It's not like the guy has a lot of hit points here. Talking about kills, they're trying to get one against Muradin here. Candy Muradin. The pedo skin for the frontliner. Wanna have some candy? As I said in the past, it gets really creepy when he plays with the Liming on the same team or the opposite team. But yeah, some skins are just a little bit questionable. Like, I don't know what to say there. Either way, 1 kill against 1 kill, and now that we have the cavalry in play, the cavalry is coming, and they're going to try and take some structures down. And Ural is going to drop the entire top fort, isn't she? I mean, damn. Girl's going ham over here. That's going to be a fort. And that's with the first objective. Nicely done. Muradin. Yep. And there we go. Alright. Muradin is dead. Yeah, gaining some momentum here. Okay. They're gaining actually a lot of momentum. Holy shit. That's the second fort down. 2 forts down. And a lot of map control. I mean, theoretically, if they fall back, they could even go for a boss now next. Nah, wait for the 13 maybe. As long as they have some vision on the opponent's team, it's a bit of a different story. But they're working in the middle now, and they're trying to take another fountain down, and that's an easy task for them to accomplish. But that is not looking too good for the red team. They need to come back into this. Which isn't to say, I mean, it's not impossible or anything. I gotta be a bit careful here. Grego gets the nano boost, but he also gets hit by the blessed shield. And they can simply move away from this one. They honestly don't need to commit to anything here just yet. And yeah, there's the setup again, as they're starting to try and go for the damage dealer. Ural with the hobbity hop is trying to get the kill, but she also goes a bit too deep for it. Has at least her ult ready that will save her. But yeah, that fight didn't really do anything for either side. Now, with level 13 on the board any second, it's still a lead for Quack'emole. And they have Falstead. I mean, there's the Haka on the other side, obviously, too, so it's not like only one of those teams has a chance to use the global, but at the same time, Falstead might now be able to escort some of those waves towards the keep and take those structures down. So that would be pretty neat for them. Yeah, but here comes the move down to the bottom of the map again, as they're trying to set something up with a level 13 talent now also in their hands. And it's a move for boss. So they're trying to take this one first. Alright, let's actually see if this is going to work out for them. As they're taking the boss, the opponent's team is now starting to slowly move in as well. Urel is the only one still sitting in the middle of the map and trying to set all of this up. But they're actually arriving down at the bottom of the map more or less in time. So they're trying to steal this one away, and they might be able to do that. That could be the turnaround. They're still going for it. The gust came out, but it might not have been enough. And they're going for the kill. The steal is there. They take the boss and they get the kill against Johanna too. They get the double kill. Oh my god. Not like this. They come in for the big fight. The gust was just not good enough to push them back completely. The boss gets stolen, and then we have Li Ming with the calamity value. They get the kill, they get a second, 2 kills and a boss, and all of a sudden it is an equal experience again. And we have on the kill side even a lead for Unleashed. It's always the throw pit. They go for the boss, and yeah, now things are actually starting to become quite tricky, because now we have to try and defend the objective while you want to defend against the boss. So this one is all of a sudden wide open. Yeah, there's a huge opportunity now for Unleashed. If they take an objective, they could take a massive, massive lead in this series. So things are definitely becoming interesting in this game. And this is obviously the third game. I mean, we talked about it already a little bit earlier, but this is game number 3 in all of this. And let's see if they can actually pull it off. Unleashed, of course, since they are the one attempting to make the comeback. But there is a chance that they can actually do that now. Yeah, Meridian jumps in. There's the Stormbolt. Nice! Perfect! What? Malfurion gets kicked towards the base. I have no idea what exactly he was trying to do here. The counter kill against Greymane could upset the fight though, but without his support it's always difficult. Oh, Li Ming! Trying to get the hits in against Urel and Falstead, and she nearly gets a double kill there. That would have been perfect for the resets, but it doesn't look like they can. Same time now, bottom of the map. Yeah, they're all trying to Hearthstone away here. The camp in the middle is pushing through. We have Unleashed coming in now too, in the attempt to at least get one objective this game. With all the kills that they just got, they might just have enough to take through a few of those forts, and they kind of need to. I mean, again, the entire time they've been pretty much on the back foot until they turned it around on the boss, and now they need to capitalize on that. Meridian is done with his quest, so now he gets the cooldown reduction on the auto attacks and also the pierce. So that's going to be super nice for him. But with both of the teams struggling for level 16, the question is who's going to get the next talent first. Bit of a push over here. Rest of the fight. Nice sleep set up. The combo connects. Doesn't do enough damage, but still pushes them low just a little bit. 16 versus 16, any moment. Can someone get it first and engage into the fight? Ults are more or less all ready at this point. Urel, the only one still waiting for the cooldown. It's going to be a long one. There's a level 16 talent. Unleashed has it first. Jumps in right away. Tries to connect the Stormbolt and does. They're attempting to burn Johanna down. And she actually is about to fall. But Li Ming dies first. Jojo dies too. And now Waveman is a bit alone. And he still does not have his ult available. But Dizzy Dwarf has the gust and uses it. And they are looking more and more like they can lock down the next objective. And they can. The cavalry is here, ladies and gentlemen, once again for Quack-a-Mole. Alright, topside pressure now coming in with the 16 talents. We also have the crippling hammer at this point. And for the wolf, the alpha killer. And they're actually committing with the 4-man towards the topside. Alright, they gotta be careful. There's a bit of a defender's advantage, since Li Ming is obviously gonna spawn on the right side and doesn't really have a whole lot of travel time. But if they can break through the wall, they might just empower the cavalry to go for the keep directly. And that would be a big win 14 minutes into this. Stormbolt, yeah, I guess Meridian needs glasses. He was really anticipating Malfurion to walk farther in instead of out, apparently. So that didn't quite work the way that he intended it to. but since they were pushing topside, everybody reacted and assembled for the defense, which means that the cavalry in the middle was able to break through the wall, and the one at the bottom of the map is trying to do the exact same thing. So they're moving in again. This time it's more or less a 5 versus 5. Yuel is a little bit farther down, but they still got at least some damage onto the keep. But they're just breaking through those walls. They're not really able to take a keep down, as it seems. Unless, of course, they get a kill now. That would be pretty much it. Can they get that kill? Not quite. I mean, Yuel immediately rotated back into the middle. Wave Man, we've seen it on the last map already, has his PhD in PvE, so every single time that he is faced with a PvP, he's just like, nope! That's not my level of expertise. This is not really where I shine. So, yeah, go straight back towards the minions. There's, of course, still one boss up at the top side, but so far nobody has made a move for it. Very even in kills again. The only ones, by the way, that haven't died yet are Anna and Hanzo. And with damage, 48,000 for Hanzo and 43k for Li Ming. And, yep, everybody is starting to move up to the top. Throw pit number 2. Bring it, baby. Let's go. Nobody going down to the bottom of the map. Nobody wants to deal with that. Same time now, though, this is going for the keep, and that might actually become a bit of a problem. We're only 15 minutes in, but again, time will tell if they can make a play. Falstad, for example, could really think about just moving down. If he moves down, they don't really use the global to the extent that they could. That's a bit of a problem. So they're hovering at the top because they're expecting the opponent to maybe make a play for the boss, which has so far not happened. But with this just being more and more damaging to the structures at the bottom of the map, if Falstad would just transition, or would have transitioned earlier, he could seal the deal and then fly back up to the team. So just trying to use the global when you have is incredibly important. A lot of the lower level teams pick globals, but then they don't properly use them to dominate the macro game. And this is more or less true for both teams, at least a little bit, of course, since we have also the Dehaka playing here. If you look at the XP side, Dehaka is doing a much better job on this. Falstad is not really gathering a lot of experience here for the team. He's sitting at 9,000, which isn't horrible, but given that he's the one who should try and side lane a little bit more reliably now, it is a bit of an issue if you compare him to Dehaka. So they check the boss again. They want to make sure that nothing is going on over there. But still the bigger question, if they can maybe now go for another objective. And Dehaka has done what he needs to do. He went down to the bottom of the map for the defense. So he's trying to make sure that the team's not suffering any severe losses over there. Seems like everybody is waiting for 20. They're just sitting there, it's like, guys, can we just fast forward a little bit? Can we get our 20? Okay, the bird is coming in. And yeah, had at least a bit of bribery going on, so that helps him slightly. But yeah, not too much. So they get the camp. Same is happening over on the right side. Both of the teams go for it. It's a bit more experience. Urel pushed another wave down bot side, which allows them to push this in a little bit more. But again, is it... Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's exactly what we need here. Alright, burn those backline minions away. Push this in a little bit more. Rest of the team just needs to stay safe. Not die. And that's all that they need to do. And the bird can come in, can take another wave down, and then can simply fly out and move back. I'll stay a little bit longer and try and take this, but I think he's staying a little bit too long. Yeah, I would be a little bit careful with this. Alright, there it is. Moves away, and obviously the rest of the team can now immediately go straight in for the objective. That's exactly how you do that. That's exactly how you make that play. You push the bot lane, you force a reaction, and then you take the lead on the objective. And Falstad could, in theory, now go back down again. The blue team can fall back a little bit, and they can rinse and repeat. But instead, they go for the fight, and they lose Malfurion immediately. Li Ming goes down. Good kill, important kill. No more resets. The wind tunnel into the corner. Greymane wants to go for the bird. He likes himself a little bit of chicken, but he can't get the kill. Waveman about to jump out, but the Stormbolt of Mirrodin connects pretty quickly for the stun. They're trying to follow up. Is that drag? Arekun Dehaka is trying to go for it. He misses it as Waveman jumps out. Mirrodin follows. But they cannot go for kill number 2. Each team losing one hero in that little exchange over here. And 2 big waves now pushing for the keeps again. Which should open up an opportunity for Quackemole to go for the objective once more. They see the bot lane, they see Dehaka. Sorry, they see Greymane moving in for it, and immediately they're making their play up here at the top. Trying to poke away. One stun already connecting. Dizzy Dwarf actually cancelling it himself, but there it is. More points on the board now for Quack'emole. They're running down their timer. Every single second counts here, and they're getting close to it. There's another interrupt, alright. They're down to 15 seconds, but they lose. Hanzo gets hammered, and Ice Scorp. Oh my god, they get him as well. There's the isolation at least, and he's trying to set up another kill for the team. The problem is they don't have a damage dealer with this anymore. Greymane is down, and Liming is just now coming back. That's a little bit late. Therefore, we have Muradin with the nano boost. It's hammer time, baby! He wants to go for all the hammers. Yrel goes for Ana, though, and that's the end of the granny, as they are turning it on the Haka, and that's another kill for them, likely. There's the wind tunnel, pushing them into the corner, and they should finally be able to take him down. I mean, no matter if he dies or not, they should be able to go for the objective at this point. And that's probably a little bit of a higher priority. Instead, the kill against Falstad. The bird runs into the Storm Bowl together with the front line, and all of a sudden it's a 3 versus 3. A little bit too greedy for the kills, and now they have to suffer the consequences. But there is still pressure in the middle at the bottom of the map, and that forces Unleash to fall back and defend, and gives Quack'emole another opportunity to go for another objective. They're interrupting, they're pushing them back, 6 seconds remaining. Guys, the arrow straight to North America. Caught by the arrow camera live on stream. Same time now, the objective taken, and that's 7 kills to 8, and with 20 minutes on the board, that's, of course, a huge opportunity to, first of all, take some of those keeps down. Maybe even end the game. So, yep. There's what we're going to go for now. I mean, this one is... bot lane has already fallen. Guys, this should be game. Honestly, if Quack'emole can't end here, then what do you need? The keep in the middle is definitely down. The keep at the bottom of the map has already fallen. If you can't catapult that towards the core itself, then how are you going to end the game? And it's probably the best opportunity that you're going to get. Ooh, Malfurion frontlining it on the other hand. Trying to soak those Storm Bolts with success, I might add. But now we have already one down. They try to go for the cavalry, and the rest of the blue team follows in the attempt to finish this one. Wind Tunnel could be used right now. Just push them away from the core. Perfect opportunity. Right here, the kill against Greymane. Greymane gets wrecked. And now the rest of the cavalry is coming into the arrow. Beautiful. I have no idea how he missed everybody and just circled the arrow through every single hero that was pretty much stacked in front of him. But he made it happen. An absolute... like, that was a perfect shot right there. But here come the kills. Ana down. We got a kill against the Haka. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen, as Quack'emole advances the semi-final of the Rare Cup, featuring Division 6 and Division 7.
Hey everyone, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and liked the coverage here. If you did and you enjoy the content on the channel, there's an easy way right now how you can support me for free and help to keep the esports coverage of Heroes of the Storm here alive. And there is a link in the video description, and if you just download a game and play through a short tutorial there, you would support me directly and help to keep the lights on here. So if you could take a few minutes out of your schedule in order to do that, it would be absolutely fantastic. It would help me directly, as I already said, and it's absolutely free, doesn't cost you a thing. Once that you play through a tutorial, you can also uninstall the game if you don't enjoy it. If you do, feel free to join the Discord channel, where we currently are still playing the game, and if you need a little bit of advice, if you wanted to join the clan, for example. But as I said, just simply downloading the game and playing through the tutorial would already help me quite a lot, and would help to keep the channel and the coverage here alive. Thanks everybody for taking the time to do that. Appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.